Welcome back to the channel, everyone. 2026 is moving fast, and while everyone is looking closely at the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max arriving this September, you might want to save your hard-earned cash until next year. 2027 marks a monumental milestone, the 20th anniversary of the device that changed the world. Apple is planning to celebrate it by launching a device so radical, it is already being referred to as the iPhone 20. Today, we are diving into 10 massive leaks that confirm practically everything about this upcoming beast of a phone. Let us start with the first leak, which has everything to do with the naming convention. If you do the basic math based on Apple's release schedule, 2027 should technically be the year of the iPhone 19. So, why are rumors completely skipping it? To understand this, we have to look back at Apple's history. In 2017, they skipped the iPhone 9 entirely to launch the iPhone 10 to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Following that, they introduced the iPhone XS, which was the final breath of the S generation. Because of that historical shift, our current numbers are a year behind. Apple knows that calling their grand 20th anniversary device the iPhone 19 would be a missed marketing opportunity. To honor 2 decades since Steve Jobs pulled the original out of his pocket, Apple is skipping 19 completely and branding it as the iPhone 20. Moving on to the second massive leak, we have to talk about the structural design changes. For years, consumers have complained that smartphones have hit a design plateau. With the iPhone 20, Apple is aiming to deliver a phone that feels like a single, seamless sheet of solid glass. While some extreme renders online show a full 360-degree wraparound screen, the actual supply chain leaks suggest a more refined hybrid chassis. A premium aerospace-grade titanium aluminum alloy frame will extend roughly 3/4 of the way up the sides for durability. The magic happens on the remaining top quarter, where the custom glass cover features deep, continuous curves that cascade over the edges. When you look at it dead-on, the bezels will be visually non-existent, creating a beautiful liquid glass effect. This brings us directly to the third leak, which focuses on the 2 distinct size configurations. There was initial speculation that Apple might treat the iPhone 20 as a singular, exclusive collector's item, much like the original iPhone 10. However, the latest supply chain manifests confirm a 2-tier strategy. We are going to see a baseline model featuring a 6.3-inch display, alongside a massive variant sporting a gargantuan 6.9-inch screen. Because of the incredible screen-to-body ratio afforded by the bezel-less glass, the physical footprint of the devices will remain remarkably compact and comfortable to hold, ensuring you don't have to compromise on ergonomics to get a massive screen. Now, let us discuss leak number 4, the evolution of the dynamic island and the complete disappearance of visible sensor cutouts. The dynamic island was always a transitional compromise, but according to credible display panel leaks, the iPhone 20 will finally implement an under-display Face ID and camera system. Under normal conditions, when you are scrolling social media or watching media, the display will look completely seamless. The moment you look at your phone to authenticate Face ID or open the front camera for a video call, the specialized pixels directly above the sensors instantly turn transparent to let light through. Apple has reportedly spent years perfecting a proprietary subpixel arrangement that completely eliminates the haze or grid patterns seen on older under-display cameras. Moving on to leak number 5, we need to peel back that display panel and talk about the physical architecture of the screen itself, which relies on an ultra-thin LTPO+ display matrix. By utilizing a new manufacturing process, Apple can create a display panel that is microscopically thin, leaving a hollow, optimized cavity directly beneath the glass canvas. This specialized matrix allows the screen to scale anywhere from a fluid 120 Hz down to a complete standstill at 1 Hz to cut down power consumption. It also utilizes a new generation of organic materials to achieve unprecedented peak outdoor brightness. Most importantly, thinning out the screen substrate frees up an immense amount of internal volume for other critical components. Before we dive into the remaining hardware leaks, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about the 2 absolutely massive channel giveaways happening right now. The first one is dedicated entirely to our channel members. We are officially giving away a brand new premium iPhone model to 1 lucky channel member the exact moment our community hits 1,500 active members. Becoming a member is incredibly simple. You can join right now by clicking the link directly below this video to get exclusive perks, early access to renders, and a higher chance of winning. But do not worry if you cannot become a member right now, because our second giveaway is open to all subscribers, and it is a pristine, 15-inch MacBook Air equipped with the cutting-edge M4 chip, 24 GB of unified memory, and 512 GB of high-speed storage. I will be handing this machine over to one lucky subscriber when we cross the 850,000 subscriber milestone. To enter, make sure you are officially subscribed, hit that thumbs up button, and drop a comment down below telling me exactly what piece of technology you are most excited to add to your setup this year. Also, please beware of the rampant scammers and automated bots in the comment section pretending to be me. I will never ask you to text me on external apps to claim a prize. This brings us straight into leak number 6, which outlines the total elimination of mechanical buttons in favor of an advanced, all-haptic control framework. Mechanical components represent entry points for water and dust, and over years of repeated use, they inevitably wear down. With the iPhone 20, Apple is replacing every single external button with solid-state, haptic-driven interaction zones. The sides of the phone will feature touch-sensitive zones equipped with dedicated taptic microactuators. When you press down to adjust the volume or lock the screen, the phone delivers an instantaneous pressure response that perfectly mimics the sensation of a physical click, much like the old iPhone 7 home button. This radically improves waterproofing while simultaneously reclaiming valuable internal space. The space saved by the ultra-thin display and solid-state buttons leads us directly into leak number 7, the implementation of pure silicon anode battery technology. For decades, standard lithium-ion batteries have relied on graphite anodes, which have officially hit their theoretical limits. To break through, Apple is investing in silicon anode chemistry, which can theoretically hold up to 10 times more lithium ions than graphite. Apple's engineering teams have reportedly developed a proprietary matrix that stabilizes the silicon, preventing the structural swelling that ruined early industry experiments. This means Apple can pack a significantly higher milliamp-hour capacity into a battery cell that shares the exact same physical dimensions as older models, comfortably pushing battery life past the 2-day mark. This brings us to leak number 8, the next-generation A21 Pro silicon chip. Destined to power the iPhone 20, this processor will be forged using an incredibly advanced, second-generation 2-nanometer manufacturing process. The transition to a refined 2-nanometer architecture means that electrons have shorter distances to travel, resulting in blazing-fast processing speeds while generating a fraction of the heat. The A21 Pro will feature a completely redesigned neural processing engine specifically optimized to handle complex, multimodal artificial intelligence algorithms completely on-device. When you pair this efficiency with the new silicon anode battery, the power management will be completely unmatched. Next up is leak number 9, which introduces a 3D stacked RAM architecture. Traditional mobile memory layouts sit flat on the main circuit board, creating a physical bottleneck when moving massive amounts of data instantaneously. To shatter this bottleneck, Apple is vertically stacking the memory layers directly on top of the processor architecture using microscopic vertical interconnects. This configuration exponentially increases the total memory bandwidth, allowing the device to read and write data at incredible speeds. Whether you are rendering heavy video on the fly or running local AI models, the memory subsystem will handle the load effortlessly without any forced application reloads. Finally, let us close things out with the 10th leak, Apple's shift toward a completely custom-designed, ground-up hardware HDR camera sensor. Instead of working with external component manufacturers like Sony or Samsung, Apple is designing their own proprietary camera sensor from scratch. The crowning achievement of this custom silicon is native, hardware-level high dynamic range integration. Instead of snapping multiple exposures digitally and stitching them together via software after the shot, this custom sensor captures multiple exposure levels simultaneously within the actual hardware pixels. This preserves an astonishing amount of highlight and shadow detail in real time, resulting in lifelike color reproduction and cinematic video quality. When you take a step back and look at the complete picture painted by these 10 massive leaks, it becomes glaringly obvious that Apple is pulling out all the stops for their 20th anniversary. It genuinely makes you question whether it is worth upgrading your phone right now, or if the smart move is to exercise patience and wait for the massive shift coming in 2027. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, don't forget to enter the giveaways, and I will see you in the next one.